back in Tokyo after 6 weeks of travelling, and since we've been living in Japan for 3 months now, we've came to the conclusion the only food we actually cannot get enough of is Japanese curry. In this video we're going to take you along to try some of our favourite curry restaurants and try some new ones as well. So if you want to see some of the best curry that you can get in Japan, come along to find out. In this video, we're going to take you to 5 different Japanese curry restaurants. We're ordering roughly the same menu item at every location to make sure it's fair where possible. We're then going to rate the dishes based on these categories: the cutlet, the pickles, the value of the dish, the presentation, customization, the atmosphere of the restaurant, and of course, the most important part, the curry itself. Based on these categories, we will decide if the curry restaurant is one you should try or one you should maybe skip. In no particular order, first up is Coco Curry. Today we're at the Ikebukuro East Exit Stadium branch. At first glance it looks like a bit of a suspicious curry dungeon, but trust us, you won't be disappointed. At Coco you usually order from a machine, though some restaurants don't have them depending on the size. I actually love machine ordering so much, it gives me time to decide, customise my meal, and honestly I never feel as bad for being greedy. We both went for the large curry with pork cutlet. Mark added sausages as always. Normally I'd order mine with egg, but for some reason this day I skipped it. However, I did make it extra spicy because for me a curry without heat is absolutely pointless, and you'll see that decision come back to bite me in the last restaurant of this vlog. The total of this meal was 2,300 yen, about £11, which is a pretty good deal. Quick history lesson. Coco Curry was founded in 2003 in Shinjuku, Tokyo by Kazuhiro Fuji. He's a massive fan of Japanese baseball legend Hideki Matsui, jersey number 55. In Japanese, 55 is pronounced go-go, so yes, this place is literally named Coco Curry. They serve Kanazawa-style curry here. It's rich, thick, gravy-like darker colour, slightly sweet with loads of umami. You can often spot bits of veg or meat inside from the cooking process. Real quality. Definitely not your standard Western katsu curry. The portions come in fun names: economy, business, first class, all the way to world champion. Basically small, medium, large and absolutely huge. Every plate comes with rice on a shiny metal tray, shredded cabbage with free refills by the way, and your toppings of choice. You usually get a fork or spoon, a nod to how curry is served in Japanese schools. Now for the cutlet. It's thick, crispy and drizzled with tonkatsu sauce. Looks amazing next to the bright red Fukujinzuke pickles, and Coco does it right. It's a full container of pickles on the table, none of those stingy pre-portions. Mark sausages came in their own little gravy boat, always a fan favourite, but this curry hits the spot every time. It's hot, it's quick, it's consistent, always has water on the table, great for solo or group settings, and fun decor. It's solid. The only downside is a limited customization for me. There's not a huge topping variety and only 3 basic sizes, but overall, Coco Curry is definitely approved. I'm still not sure why the logo is a gorilla though. Let us know in the comments if you do. We polished off our curries to reveal our reflection in the silver bowls beneath us. Another successful trip to Coco Curry. Most importantly, here's our overall ratings. Pause to have a read. But for Coco Curry, it's definitely a must visit. Next up is C&C Curry, this time at the Akihabara branch, just minutes from the station. First impressions, it's bright, clean and definitely designed for quick meals, more of a grab and go rather than sit down and enjoy kind of place. They've got a touchscreen ordering system, which obviously we really like. It's simple, gives you time to customise without pressure. You can choose spice levels, rice amounts, extra toppings, a nice change from Coco Curry's rigidity. We both ordered the same regular size to compare. Mark got tonkatsu with sausages and I went for the pork cutlet with egg, though it was boiled, which wasn't really my thing. The total came to 2,106 yen, around £11. Honestly, for what we got, this felt overpriced. C&C Curry has been around since the 1960s. Started by the Keio group, the idea was to serve quick, affordable curry to commuters, and you'll still find most of them around busy stations like Shinjuku or Akihabara. I got the hot spice level, but it was barely noticeable, not much heat at all, and a curry without spice, like I said, just doesn't work for me. Service was super fast though, perfect if you're on lunch break, which is exactly what this kind of place is for. Presentation wise, Mark's tonkatsu was definitely bigger. Big, crispy, good cut. My cutlet on the other hand was thin. It was fine, but far from the best. The curry? Watery, overly sweet, lacking flavour. Not the rich, comforting curry you'd hope for. Even the sausages themselves were really low quality, and that's coming from Mark. The egg, overcooked and dry. Best part about this though, I would say, is the pickles. Unlimited on the table, just like Coco. This was a big win. At this restaurant, it's counter seating only, so again, this is definitely a commuter spot. But if you want a proper Japanese curry experience, this isn't it. For over 2,000 yen, it just doesn't deliver. Here's our overall ratings. Pause to have a read. Overall, C&C Curry in Akihabara definitely isn't one that I'd rush to. Our third stop is Hinoya Curry, the branch just outside of Asakusabashi Station. This is another classic grab-and-go commuter spot with mostly counter seating. Here you order from an old-school vending machine outside of the store. You grab your tickets, hand them to the staff inside, and that's how your meal is prepared. We both went for the pork cutlet curry, but no extras this time. The total came to 1,700 yen, or about £8.55, and for what we got, that is an absolute steal. Now, a bit of background. Hinoya Curry started back in 2011. It grew fast thanks to its rich, comforting curry that was designed to be quick and affordable. Just a few years later, it won Japan's famous Kanda Curry Grand Prix, beating out hundreds of other restaurants. That win skyrocketed its popularity, and now you'll find Hinoya branches all over Japan and even a few overseas. Inside, you've got free self-service water and a bonus all-you-can-drink miso soup. Perfect to warm you up on a cold day, and it helps you with digestion before the curry arrives. While waiting, we checked out the pickles on the table. Pickled garlic and, of course, the classic fukushinzuke. This branch was run by just one person, and honestly, it was incredible to watch. They were moving so efficiently, frying the cutlet to a perfect golden crisp right in front of us. Even though the restaurant was full, the food came out super quick. The dish arrived piping hot, looking and smelling amazing. Now, for fellow pickle lovers like us, they dig us the tiniest container with the tiniest tongs. Sure, it stops us from going overboard, but really, who's that fun for? What stood out most was how the curry was served. Instead of laying the cutlet beside the curry, here they put the cutlet directly on top of the rice and drowned it in that curry sauce, and somehow the cutlet stayed beautifully crisp underneath. The curry itself was just spot on, the perfect mix of sweet, spicy and hearty, exactly what you expect from a Japanese curry. Customization here is a bit more limited. You can add extras, but with the old school vending machine system, it's not as flexible as other places. Still, at this price, it more than makes up for it. So here's our overall ratings. Don't forget to pause and take a closer look. Hinoya Curry does exactly what it promises. A solid, no-nonsense Japanese curry at a great price. Absolutely worth a visit. Next up, we've got a curry shop in Tokyo that's seriously famous. It won the Tokyo Curry Gold Award 10 times. This is Moyan Curry, and we're checking out their branch in Kabuchiko. Moyan's got a bit of history. It first opened in Shinjuku back in the 1980s and became known for serving homemade style curry that feels both nostalgic and modern. Over the years, it's picked up a cult following, not just among locals but even in Japanese pop culture. In fact, Moyan Curry is often featured in One Piece comics and merchandise, which has only boosted its reputation as one of Tokyo's most iconic curry chains. Ordering here is no frills, no nonsense. They hand you a laminated, hand-drawn menu, charmingly simple and gets the job done. You can customise it quite a lot, the amount of rice, your toppings and even the spiciness of the curry, which is music to my ears. We weren't super hungry this time, so we decided to share a bit. One standard pork curry and one cutlet curry. That way we could both test the cutlet without rolling out of the restaurant. We each ordered 200 grams of rice. Mark went for spice level 2 and I braved spice level 7. Keep in mind the scale goes up to 20. But the real star of this place is the pickle station. Yes, you heard it right. A self-service pickle bar with 3 different kinds of pickles to load onto your plate. Honestly, this is our favourite part of the whole experience. The restaurant itself has a great atmosphere. Being in Kabuchiko, it's got a bit more of an energetic crowd, plenty of foreigners and more table seating. Definitely feels more like a place where you can sit down and have a proper conversation compared to the commuter curry shops. Our food arrived fast and fresh. Presentation-wise, it looked like a classic homemade Japanese curry. Taste-wise though, it's different. Moyan's curry leans to more savoury and fragrant than most. To us, it even edged towards kind of a barbecue flavour, unusual compared to the rich umami-heavy curries we have elsewhere. The spice level though, that was a letdown. At level 7, I expected some serious heat, but it just wasn't there. Next time I'd think I'd have to go way higher up the scale. The cutlet on the other hand was an absolute knockout, a huge thick piece of pork, juicy, tender and crisp to perfection. Even the pork ribs in the standard curry were slow cooked until they practically melted in your mouth. For me though, the flavour didn't quite scream classic Japanese curry, so if that's what you're craving, this might not be the spot. But if you're looking for something different and definitely homemade, Moyan absolutely delivers. Together, the curry, the cutlet and those glorious pickles made for a really satisfying meal. This meal cost us 2,970 yen or £14.92, which in all honesty I feel is a bit steep, but to be fair, this is definitely a beautifully homemade curry, and if you're looking for something different, it's worth the price. Here are our ratings for Moyan Curry. Pause the video if you want to check them out. Overall, it's definitely a little different, but absolutely worth a try. Last but definitely not least, spoiler alert, it might sound like a cliche, but it's possibly one of our favourites and we'll show you exactly why. It's Coco Ichibanya, of course. We visited the branch inside the L Plaza in Nishi Shinjuku. This one's a little special because it also has a takeout bakery at the front where you can grab different types of curry pan. Honestly, we haven't seen this at any other Coco store before. Coco Ichibanya always feels welcoming. It's bright interiors, counter seating, tables, even booths. The perfect setup whether you're a commuter, a couple or a family looking for a hearty meal. Ordering is super flexible. flexible. Some branches have paper menus, some give you QR codes to order from your phone, and others use tablets. This time we went with the tablet system. It's easy, has multiple language and a simple selection. And here's where Coco really shines, the customisation. Nobody does it better. First, you pick your rice portion and then you can add half or full size toppings. Choose from pork, beef or vegetarian curry, and then there's the spice scale, from level 1 all the way to level 20 depending on how brave you're feeling. If you can't handle spice at all though, there's even minus spice level. This makes the curry sweeter and it's absolutely genius. Now, a bit of history. Coco Ichibanya started in 1978 in Aichi Prefecture. The founders wanted to create a casual, customisable curry restaurant for everyday people, and it worked. Today, Coco Ichibanya is the world's largest curry chain, with over 1,400 restaurants in Japan and hundreds more overseas. So when people call it overrated, just remember there's a reason why it's popular. On to our orders. I went for the standard pork cutlet curry with 150 grams of rice and for the first time spice level 10. To balance it out, I added half scrambled egg on the side. Mark went big. He got the handmade tonkatsu cutlet curry, 250 grams of rice, spice level 3, plus pork sausages and extra. Basically, we went all out. Coco never disappoints. The food's always fast, fresh and consistent. The amount of curry sauce is adjusted to your rice portion, but if you want more, you can always add it as extra. My pork cutlet is thinner, but perfectly crisp and golden, paired with soft buttery eggs and some seriously dark curry sauce. Mark's handmade cutlet was thicker, that crunchy panko crust, and his sausages were the perfect sidekick. The funniest part, the colour difference between our curries. You could see the spice difference. Now, let's talk pickles. Coco's pickles are legendary. They come in a pot on the table exactly how they should, and honestly, they're some of the best we've had anywhere. But wait, there's more. If you order the tonkatsu cutlet, you also get tonkatsu sauce on the side. This is the same as the one they put on your cutlet at Go-Go Curry. Mark usually skips it, but I'm all in. It adds the perfect sweetness to balance the spice and really rounds out the dish. Honestly, just look at the plates. It practically sparkles. Coco's curry sauce is smooth, rich and mildly sweet with a deep umami backbone. It leans less on the thick stew-like style of homemade curry and more towards a silky restaurant consistent gravy. It's absolutely perfect. And then came the real test, spice level 10.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, be careful with that top. It's like a paste. It's not even it's not even a sauce, is it?
The apron was on. I was bracing myself for possible disaster.
Is that hot, Sarah?
A little bit. It's only just getting hot though. So for the final time, here are our ratings. Pause if you want to take a closer look. Now, everyone might say Coco Ichibanya is overrated, but don't believe them. Try it for yourself and you won't regret it.